Just waiting for this costume to be an unlockable in Cyberpunk 2077. But in all seriousness, the main reason I am wearing this jacket is because it was a Christmas present. I love this jacket. Not only is it my favorite color, but it feels a lot like a quilt actually. It's very warm, it's comfortable. It's hard to explain. It's one of those things that like if you know, you know. So I figured the first thing I should start out with, as you could probably tell from my last video, I was quite a Debbie Downer. I was in a rather tough place. Not only was I going through like tough quest lines in Cyberpunk 2077, which kind of put me in more of a darker mood, but on top of that, there was this odd mole on my chest that I was very concerned about. So I figure I should probably tell you where the story ends from there. So I was able to see the doctor about it, which they in turn sent me to a dermatologist. Dermatologist only took like 5 minutes just to kind of go, yeah, that's not cancer, you're perfectly fine, you can go home. It's one of those things, it's like, I'm happy to have that peace of mind, but at the same time, I had to pay a copay for the primary care, and then another copay for the specialist. But hey, if you could put a price on peace of mind, I guess that would be a pretty good price actually. So probably one of the other odd things to mention as well. So, going through family pictures, I spotted one that was really weird. So I'm not sure if I ever really said this before, but when I was really, really young, like about the age of like 2 to 4 or something like that, that was the last time I had really long hair. And after seeing this photo, I can tell you it used to be straight instead of curly like you see here. It was always just the weirdest thing, so I distinctly remember going into preschool and I didn't want the long hair anymore. I purposely photobombed my own picture because I didn't want that to be around. But yet this picture I saw was when I was like 3 years old and I was quite happy in it. So it's interesting. It kind of breaks down like my own personal story I have about this. Not to say it's like invalidating, but it's one of those things that like if I could have paid attention to this sooner, maybe it would have made sense. But yeah, I guess it's kind of crazy to think that even younger me knew that I rather wanted to be a girl instead. So I guess really the last thing to mention. So it's the holiday season, doing a lot of gift buying, receiving a lot of cards as well. And it's kind of amazing how on one hand my father's side of the family is very good about this. In fact, with most of the cards as well as the presents I received, they were all to Julia and not to the dead name. Except for the exception of this one card, which it doesn't surprise me. That particular family is kind of radical when it comes to religion. Maybe fundamentalist, I think would be the best word to describe them. So the card was described to Mr. J. I'm not living in the Jetsons, although if somebody has Rosie, can I borrow her for a few weeks? You know, kind of vacuum up my rugs and all that stuff? That'd be fantastic. So I do know that I'll have to contact them later and kind of straighten out a few things. Either they're not accepting this or just didn't give them a very good explanation. But while all the gifts I got were sent to Julia, nowhere at that party did they ever actually say my name. Yeah, well, I guess it's gonna take a little bit. I mean, hey, they said my name over Thanksgiving, so they know. I think they're just still trying to figure it out, and I'll give them the distance to do so, but I just hope they don't take too long. Every time I hear my old name, it just kind of feels like a knife right around here. So I guess really the last thing to mention, I'm sure I've probably noted this in other videos, but in order for me to get a consultation for bottom surgery, I have to be currently seeing a psychologist and a therapist and get letters of recommendation from both of them. So it's very interesting. The first time I went to therapy was just to kind of discover gender in general. It's like, what really makes me happy there, that kind of stuff. And now I'm attacking the thing that, well, I probably should have attacked a while ago, but, well, better late than never, I guess. I didn't have a very good childhood. I'm just gonna say it right up. And I think that's one of the main reasons it took me so long to realize that I was transgender. I was just dealing with a lot of emotional baggage that gender dysphoria was just kind of the cherry on top of the hot fudge sundae. And now that the cherry's been taken care of, I am now eating the rest of the sundae. And it might not be pleasant. It does feel like I'm making a lot of progress. But yeah, that's about it really. So, until next time, be yourself, no matter who that is.